he has some, organization has some idea about the space. They know what the size of the market is. They know who the players in the market are. And they're giving you the time to present because they think there's still room for one more person to come in. Otherwise, they will not even take the meeting. So you pass the lesson that they're interested in what you do. Then it starts becoming, are you capable of assessing what your market is? If you come and present to them and have a view of the market, which is very different to theirs, then the alignment goes off immediately. So these questions are more to say, is this guy thinking of this market the same way we are thinking of when we invited him in? Because you sent something in, it looked like in the space they were looking at. But then you come and you talk about it about something totally different. And unless they get what I call an aha moment, wow, we were wrong, seldom they will admit, then they would say, this guy is not in alignment with us, And then through their conversation is to see how they can bring you back to what they want to discuss. And so that is the reason for asking these questions. So you got to do your homework as to the product, the way the investor might be thinking about it. And they are, you are giving them a pitch. They either see something synergistic, So these questions are all not, there's no magic to it. They are saying, do you know what size of the market is? If you say, the size of the market is 100, they think, this guy doesn't have a vision. Because we know the size of the market is 1,000.
On the other side, I don't think anyone sitting out there who got a product would actually simply say that, hey, my product's market is only 100. Everyone's going to say, hey, at least we're talking about 1 million.
No, I'm talking about 100. Okay.
I'm just talking about, is there a way to evaluate it?
No, there is a way to evaluate it. There is a way to evaluate it. Once you know what the total size of the market is, see, if you and the investor are trying to understand what the size of this market is, so if it's $100 million market, both of you are agreed, then the only thing is your product, how much of that market your product will get. So you have that, total available market, your addressable market, how much will you get. Those three numbers has got to be agreed before they will invest. Once you get alignment at the top level, then they are saying, test this person to say, how much of that total market does he think his product can reach? Then we can come to some understanding whether that person as an individual, the team he has built, with the money I am going to put in, will achieve him reach a certain portion of that market. So your questions are aligned to bring you down from the top level to the next level to the next level. So I have seen VC firms think of people who go to them, and they, in fact, some of them, they complain, I only asked for $500,000 and they turned me down. And I tell you, they turned you down because you only asked for $500,000. Because I'm being very conservative in my projections. If you're conservative in your projections, then they are not excited by it. Don't put a number which is unattainable, but conservative projections are okay once you get the money. Then you try to say, look, this year I will only do this, But to go to them with the vision which is conservative is, most of them will say this is not worth it. This guy can't think big, So balance is an issue. The questions are not, they don't expect any answer. They want to know whether you've addressed it. Most of the questions is they ask, and that's why I'm saying before you go and present to a VC or any investor, test your ideas against multiple friendly parties, and get all the reasons why people will not invest. The most important questions are why somebody will not invest. Those are the questions you spend most of your time answering. Because if that question comes up in a formal presentation, you have an answer. Is if you say, I don't know the answer to that meeting is finished. And most people are very defensive about their ideas. They don't want to listen to somebody who says this won't work. And I'm saying when you're going through an investor process, The people you should seek out are those who are going to say it doesn't work. They are the most important, feedback.
Yes. Actually, all this is that would be the if you really want good feedback and you want to align yourself more with what you vision is, maybe make it up.
Yeah.
Because now you can hold your.
Coming out of this discussion only, what's person like me is making out is that IT companies are little reluctant in sales and marketing. But we don't see outsourcing of sales and marketing from IT space. Normally these companies are not, that keen to outsource their sales and marketing, which is otherwise they are, they are concerned about their sales and business development and marketing. So, a lot of IT guys are there.
What are your thoughts?
Sales and marketing, what type of services?
Sales and marketing
So,
for IT.
whatever product they develop, new ideas are there. They don't know how to market it, how to evaluate it, or how to reach to the right customer. What should be their strategy?
So do I assume that you have an outsourced sales and marketing company?
Yeah, I have.
No, exactly. See, sales, that's what I'm saying. Sales and marketing is the toughest thing.
Right.
To get your product out to market is the only way you get money to even develop the product. So anybody who's got that skill, is the one who is the most sought after. Is the most sought after. So either as a service, and there are certain people who are quite happy to work with somebody. If you look at how did India's IT start? No sales and marketing expertise, great delivery experience. So what did we use? We used brokers in the US who went and sold. Even Infosys. Somebody would say, send me 100 people, and he said, 100 people. We did body shop. They did all the sales and marketing, right? After a while, you realize that look, I can do this, or I'm leaving 90% of the profits on the table. I'm getting my time and material, and these guys are making more money on my work than they are. So I need to go off market. I'll create my own sales and marketing organization, and they will do that. And progressively, most IT services companies eventually want to have both within themselves. But at a certain stage, they come. In fact, I will tell you, this is very pertinent. If I bring in Thai analogies, I remember sitting down with Anand Mahindra about 6-7 years ago, and he said that look, perhaps Thai should create a platform both in India and the US, which will allow our members in India to get information and plug in, so that we can set up meetings, with various companies for these companies to come and do, to present their. So yes, somebody who's good at that can go to these companies and say, I can do it for you, and they produce, they are valuable, they are of value, and you should be using them. But progressively, the companies will want to do it themselves. But in the short term,
There can be strategic tie-ups or revenue sharing arrangements.
Yeah.
In a startup stage.
Yeah, and I think the companies who are in that space, like in your space, if you have got, the outsourcing industry is what I call a virtual enterprise model. You can put different pieces together, but they must work as if they all belong to the same organization. If it's a them and us, then there is a misalignment of rewards, benefits, and obligations, and it won't work. So that's what I'm saying. There are platforms. So if the sales and marketing is the platform with which 100 small companies which don't want to build their own sales and marketing. Because what happens? I will tell you, I used to entertain so many Indian software companies in the valley. Going back to the 90s, they will all come and they will all say, please introduce me to a customer. Progressively, what has happened is now everybody is used to outsourcing, so they know how to do it and they know who the players are. The smaller companies in my view, progressively what I found was the smaller companies will have one person, the CEO of the smaller company will come to Silicon Valley, and you would spend a week, 10 days knocking on doors, and eventually he will convince somebody who's not doing outsourcing to consider. As soon as he considered it, as soon as that company considered it, the organizational discipline gets into that company. The person who's going to do the outsourcing decision is asked, who else have you invited? The small company has spent 1 week of the CEO's time opening all these bloody doors, and they will say, oh, send the RFP to Wipro and Infosys as well. Let's see if they are interested. So dollar for dollar, the large companies have to spend less on marketing than the small company in absolute terms. Because every time somebody opens a door, the organization will say, cover yourself, go to the big guys. In the old days, you say, you got to always have IBM, So, if you can create a platform which is large, which matches and which represents the companies and saying, hey, we are a large sales and marketing. We are the Salesforce.com, which is a different, platform. If you are that kind of sales and marketing, then a lot of small companies can plug in. Then you've got to organize your business into saying, okay, I'll have a healthcare vertical, I'll have this vertical, I will hire people into it, because no individual small company can